I want you to picture this scenario in your head. So let's say all of this uncertainty right now around tariffs and Doge layoffs. Let's imagine that it does crash the stock market about 50% over the next few years. Something similar to the previous two crashes that we've already seen before. And of course, it could get worse than that. Stock market valuations are incredibly high right now. But let's just say a 50% market crash. Well, in that environment, most people have lost a third or even half of their net worth. Real estate is way down, unemployment is high, and the majority of people out there would be feeling very financially strapped. But imagine that you didn't lose any money during that market crash, and in fact, you actually made a profit in your portfolio. Well, now you can go out into that devastated market and start buying up cheap assets, right? Maybe you'll pick up a second home at a big discount with a low mortgage rate because they'll probably cut rates during a market crash as well. Or you could go in and scoop up some of your favorite stocks at very good prices. If you preserve your capital better than most other people out there when it happens, then you could be one of the few people that absolutely thrive from the next market crisis. Welcome to the world of the wealthy. This is exactly what the elites have been doing on rinse repeat for decades now. Sure, it's great to make a nice rate of return during bull markets, but the true acceleration of the wealth gap happens during market crisis. Now, of course, I don't know whether President Trump and all of his billionaire cabinet members have some secret agenda to try to crash the stock market. But what I do know with 100% certainty is that if the stock market crashes, the top 1%ers out there are going to get stupid wealthy on the recovery afterwards because that's what always happens. They are always the ones that profit when nearly everybody else is getting crushed. Well, as the old saying goes, if you can't beat them, then join them. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to be like those rich people and actually thrive during the next market crash. Now, I'm assuming that most of you watching this are not among the elites with a constant stream of money coming in. So the next best thing for you is to protect your portfolio to make sure that it's at, or at the very least near, all-time highs at the bottom of the next recession. That's going to give you the opportunity with a topped-up portfolio to look out into the world and start acquiring cheap assets, just like the wealthy do. Within our total portfolio solution, 3 of our strategies are what I call tactical rotation through volatility targeting. I'm mining volatility metrics from many different sources and then using that data to divide the market up into aggressive, safety, and tail risk ranges. In stable markets, when volatility metrics are mid to low, this is when we attack with stocks and short volatility. When risk is rising, we move to safety assets like gold, utilities, real estate, bonds. And then during extreme volatility, during major market crashes, we can move to long volatility positions and actually profit from the recession. This is all 100% systematic. It's quant-based investing. Now, to show you some real numbers about how this actually works in live trading, this here is just the aggressive positions of stocks and short volatility within our 3 tactical strategies. During stable markets, of course, we can attack, and we've crushed the market with those positions. We can see that it's been on about 61.85% of trading days, so roughly 2/3 of the time we are aggressive. And that's wise, right? Because it's certainly possible that the market does continue upward over the next several years. And if that's the case, then we'll get those signals and mostly maintain our aggressive positions to capitalize on the uptrend. But it's also possible that a major market crash is also on the horizon, and those volatility metrics are going to tell me when to move to safety. This chart here is the most important one if you want to participate in the next great wealth transfer. This is how our tactical strategies have performed during those higher volatility periods when the market is going down. We're in safety positions on about 35% of trading days. The key is not only preserving capital when the market is struggling, but actually still making a nice profit. If you know how and when to rotate to safety positions, then you can still make some money even when the market isn't. The truth is, there hasn't been a major recession in quite a long time, but at some point it's going to happen. In a recent video, I showed a backtest of our tactical volatility strategy, which officially launched with paying subscribers in January 2012. Since it's systematic, I can extend a backtest to the financial crisis. Now, I'm not saying it'll repeat the same way again. Nobody knows what the next recession will actually look like, but there's definitely potential for some nice gains. And the worse the crisis gets, the more potential potential for profit there is in those long volatility positions. This is the key to being one of those 1%ers that are definitely going to capitalize on it when others in society are getting crushed. Yes, of course, make sure you participate in the uptrends in the market. But the real separation can happen when you also know what to do when the market isn't cooperating. Everybody's a genius in a bull market, and of course, when it's trending upwards, most people are happy. But when it crashes 50%, guess what happens to most people's portfolio? I strongly suggest you start thinking about how you're going to protect your capital if the market falls off a cliff. I'm not saying Trump is trying to crash the market, but what I am saying is that if he does, the elites are going to make a fortune. I want all of you to be in that group that turns calamity into opportunity. So now you can either go to the next level of education and learn how those volatility ETFs actually function based on the VIX futures, or you can check out this video where I explain how I personally use the volatility products to make over 30% a year with tactical rotation. See you in the next video.